Well, there was no audio there. So at least we got audio now. At least I can hear me. Well, actually, I don't know which is worse or which is better. You probably want to hear the commercial and not me. But we'll get that commercial figured out because I know you love the commercials. Welcome to 9 News Now, everybody. Every morning here at 9:15, trying to step you through kind of the top stories of the day. And well, you can kind of still see a little bit of one of the top stories this morning, a little bit of fog in the area. So every time that dew point kind of matches, the actual temperature numbers are very similar. Yeah, that's what happens. Fog shows up. And actually in our part of the world, we had a little bit of it this morning. Still kind of lingering, obviously well above hood level here in downtown Baton Rouge, but you can kind of get an idea. Here's the thing, though. Weather going to be a headline maker over the next number of days, but for all the right reasons. Let me give you a look real quick at what your today is, because it's very similar to what we've been dealing with over the last number of days, number of weeks really. Warm-ish, warm temperatures, chance of rain, that kind of a thing. Actually, it's only 15%, taking you all the way through early afternoon here. So this is today, right? So this is today, kind of stepping you through, and yeah, decent shot at rain as the evening kind of shows up, depending on where you are. But let me show you the payoff. 10-day forecast here, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. Look at this mess here. Look at this glorious mess here. Highs in the 70s, starts in the low to mid 50s. Fall shows up literally on the first day of fall. It's like it got planned. Why? See this little bumpy, pointy blue line thing here? That's this right here. That's what this is. This is literally a cold front sent down from I don't know where, but I want more of it. And I actually caught myself a few times this morning calling it a cool front, because you know sometimes you kind of want to just not call it a cold front because maybe it ain't really. Jared was very quick to point out this morning. He's like, no, this is an actual cold front. You can literally see this thing coming down in here, and you can see what it does to that 10-day forecast. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That is going to be something to enjoy as we kind of make our way through all of this. So something to look forward to, getting through these next couple of days. We're going to get you there, get you ready for it. I'm telling you, South Louisiana absolutely have earned it. Some of the other headlines as you kind of step through, happening this morning, in fact, Pfizer has now come out and said their COVID-19 vaccine does work, is effective for kids age 5 to 11. Now, this has been that next age group, right, for all the vaccines. When might those studies happen? When might approval happen? Well, the studies have been happening. Pfizer's saying they're good to go. So what happens next? Well, next is this research now goes to the FDA. They look over that. They take a look at it and see if an emergency use authorization is allowable. That could happen. They believe they're saying weeks instead of months. We'll see. But again, Pfizer's saying their COVID-19 vaccination works for kids 5 to 11. And so now we're talking about really the ability to inoculate, get vaccinated. A huge chunk of elementary school kids and making it that much safer. So there it is. Pfizer saying that. Big news today. We'll see what that next step is. Also happening today in our part of the world, DSNAP benefits. Now these are different from just SNAP benefits. The Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, that is more of a long-term assistance program. DSNAP is all about well, it's right there in the acronym, disaster. It's all about whether a disaster comes through and those who don't have SNAP do, for this one little quick moment, need help getting food back into their fridge, back into their pantry, because they had to get rid of a lot of it because the power went out and they had to throw everything out. 25 parishes in Louisiana qualify for this. Because of that, they're kind of running these in phases. In our part of the world, you got East and West Baton Rouge, East Feliciana, West Feliciana, Point Capee, all of those parishes today beginning that process. If your last name begins with A, they're running it through F today, you will have already registered for all this, pre-registered online, and then you start making that phone call with the 888 number, which is all, look, I get it. There's a lot of information we just threw at you this morning and even just right there in that 30 seconds. But we put it all here at WAFB.com and the 9 News app. It's going to be one of the top stories because it will be over the next number of weeks as these phases roll out and more parishes open up to DSNAP. Again, 25 here now eligible, and then more people make those phone calls. But it's not anything, because of COVID, that you're going to be doing in person. That's why you're registering online. That's why you're having the phone call with somebody and with a person from the agency, and then the card is going to be mailed to you. So nothing you have to do in person. Trying to handle this as best they can, so it's not anything face-to-face that needs to happen. But again, that begins today. Also happening today, keeping an eye on this, Metro Council could be having a conversation about moratorium on development in some particular parts of EBR. Now, you know they've already voted to actually enact that moratorium, preventing development in some parts of East Baton Rouge Parish that are prone to flooding. Here's the thing. Some projects were obviously green-lighted before the moratorium took place. And for instance, we've talked about one, this 80-unit complex right next to the kind of the Dawson Creek area. So what does is that going to actually be allowed to move forward? Metro Council set to talk a little bit about that today. But again, with everything we've seen just in our very recent history, not even going all the way back to like 2016, in our very recent history, we have seen obviously issues with flooding in certain parts of EBR and into Livingston, into Ascension Parish, and how we all work together with all this. Other parishes have put into place some moratoriums. EBR's is in place, but what about these projects that may need to be looked at again? That's what they're going to be doing. Again, that's happening a little bit later on today. We'll let you know. Were you with us on the show this morning? We had actually one of our favorite community activists in studio with us. Boo Milton does so much good in the community with all these different organizations and is working today and Wednesday with the Brighter Future program. This is all about, well, it's all about eye health. It's all about children, kids' eye health, and making sure that if they need, for instance, glasses, then parents are able to know that and then get access to glasses. Sometimes, look, sometimes it can be difficult just to make an appointment to see an eye care doctor. It can be expensive sometimes to get those glasses. So that's what this is. The Bright Future program is free eye exams, free eye health checkup, and if needed, free glasses. So how is this happening? Well, they do need you to call in to make an appointment because it is the optometrist is actually going to be setting appointments and going over, obviously, each patient as carefully as they can, asking you to call and set up appointments. You can actually do that at this phone number right here. Reserve your spot, 751-4100. It's Dr. Smith's Eye Care Center. Everybody knows Dr. Smith around town. He's going to be over at the Leo S. Butler Center doing this, but it's Dr. Smith's Eye Care Center, the one conducting the exams. So make the appointment, show up, get the free eye exam, and if you need glasses, guess what? That's going to happen. That'll be provided for you. Now, in talking with Boo this morning, it's happening today, and it's happening Wednesday as well. Now, it tells us if the appointments kind of outpace the number of slots they have, they won't have a problem running into. They'll do it again next week, Boo is telling me. They're going to set things up. It's just all about how many folks from the community really want to access this particular, if you need it, I'd go this route. Even if you don't need it, we were talking about it. Make sure your child's eye health is up to date. It can be expensive, and glasses can be expensive. So what a great resource to have just to make sure that everything is okay. Again, that is today, children 6 to 14. He expanded it. It was 6 to 12, but now it's 6 to 14. Go get that eye health checkup. Make sure everything is good to go. Speaking of good to go, well, kind of a mixed bag when it comes to a busy weekend in, the world of sports here in South Louisiana. I don't know what happened yesterday with the Saints. Here's the thing. Didn't get way too crazy high after the win over the Packers, right? I mean, you just kind of looked at that and you're like, is that real? The game, was that real? And so maybe don't get crazy low after this game with Carolina because you know everything that was missing. You know everything that was going on. Coach Sean Payton said after the game, look, those are not excuses. Got to fix some problems. And yes, sure. But, man, there was a lot going on. They're missing like 10 guys. COVID issues a problem. They haven't been back home for a while. All this stuff playing into this, we'll see. Hopefully, again, somewhere in the middle and we can figure out still a good season. But, yeah, that was pretty bad. Southern with a heartbreaking of a loss to McNeese State. Had that 11-point lead at half, then got it just swallowed up in the second half, some mistakes. Ended up losing that one. But they open up SWAC play next weekend on the road at Mississippi Valley State. So now these games really begin. Now they really do count. So correct the issues and get it going in conference. They were picked to be one of the best teams in conference, so we shall see. LSU, well, they kind of opened up the air attack, didn't they? Total yardage in the air, 400 yards. Max Johnson goes for like 370 of that, 5 touchdowns. LSU not with a whole lot of running game. They didn't need it, so maybe they weren't pressed to try it out. They will need it come SEC play, and that begins for them. Conference play also beginning for them next weekend They're at Mississippi State, so traveling over to Mississippi State to take on the Dogs. We'll see. Now the game's really going to kind of get obviously more complicated. Welcome to conference play. Are they able to figure it out? Is the defense able to step up again? Can they balance out that offense? Can that passing game continue? Yeah, a lot of questions, but that was kind of fun watching them just kind of sling it around a little bit in Tiger Stadium. So we'll see. We'll see if that can continue, see if this can get corrected, and see what the heck that was. I don't know what that was. Just rip off the Band-Aid real quick, talk about it, and then move on, because that's like the worst offensive production since Sean Payton has been the head coach there at New Orleans. So just, you know what? Aberration, right? An absolute outlier. Let's hope, anyway. Welcome to WAFB Plus, everybody. Every morning, 9:15, usually it's Liz Coe and I, and she'll be back tomorrow. Kind of stepping you through some of the top stories of the day. You can find us Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and of course, you know the other players as well. Johnny Asian going to be along tomorrow. Jacques Talk up on Wednesday, stepping you out, just kind of getting you ready for a little bit of everything in our part of the world. But WAFB Plus going to be the spot that you can find us whenever you want to, kind of on your own schedule. You can watch us live as we do it, or you can just kind of find the video a little bit later on in your time. Step you through some of those time stories. That's where you can find us between now and the noon show, WAFB.com, the 9 News app, always updated as we kind of step you through. Here we are on a Monday, just getting that work week going. Again, something to look forward to in the world of weather. Let's give you another look. It's just a quick little shot. Never has a weird, pointy blue line looked so fun and so great and so awesome, has it? Yeah, you know what's on the other side of that. Cool weather. Get the gumbo pot ready. Get the firewood ready. Yeah, it's going to happen this weekend. Let's get through the next couple of days, huh? We'll see you at noon, everybody. Y'all have a great one.